WHCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Girls High School Basketball. The Bethel Bruins versus the Hampton Crabbers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bethel High School Gymnasium for tonight's game between the Bethel Bruins and the Hampton Crabbers. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, and we will have this game for you, and I'm going to go now to the announcer for the announcement of the starting lineups.
Number 13, Sylvia Shepard.
I do not know how to pronounce his last name. Give it a go. 41.
Their leading scorer. Pass goes away, and the Lady Crabbers will bring it up. They lose the handle. The ball will be brought back by the Lady Phantoms.
And number 41, Ardero Whitehead. And now, for your Lady Bruins, number 32, Vicki Pierce. Number 21, Christy Taylor. Number 31, Miyoshi Step. Number 34, co-captain Marlena Edwards. And number 25, co-captain Shameen Pope. Lady Crabbers are coached by Coach Knight and Art Jones. Lady Bruins coached by Jesse Pope and Alvin Lewis.
All right, thank you very much. We've had the announcement of the starting lineups. As you may have heard, the coaching staff. Who are our officials for tonight?
We got some good officials tonight. We have, as soon as I can find them, I wrote them down and lost them. There we go. Paul Morris is referee and Ernest Reeves is the umpire. I'm sure glad I gave it to the gals in the trunk because she helped me out there. I wrote it down and I lost it somewhere. There it is.
The only problem we have is they both got mustaches tonight.
Yeah, well, the short, stocky one is Morse. The one with his back with the ball is Morse.
All right,
so
now
if you can watch that, we got it made tonight. Well, this is going to be an interesting game. Bethel Bruins had a tremendous team for the last 2 years, lost a lot of players, and are kind of in a rebuilding mode. And Hampton, of course, we got to see them last Tuesday night, Tim. They're a big team, but they really need a good point guard. So this is going to be size against rebuilding. And I don't know how this will work out, but I believe Bethel has the upper hand right now as far as the standings go.
And we've got a whistle on the jump ball.
Well, Tim, now that goes to show what I was talking about in the last game. He threw the ball up wrong, but there was a violation of it. I mean, the ball was definitely over to the left. That's hard to do. But there'll now be another jump ball now the rest of the ball game.
All right, we're underway. The Bethel Bruins with the ball. They are the home-standing team. They are 6-6 on the season, 4-5 in the district. Lady Crabbers 2-6 in the district, and they are 3-8 overall for the season. Of course, we saw the game Tuesday night at Hampton High School. The Lady Crabbers on the very short end of a score with the Phoebus Phantom ladies team, girls team. The Crabbers were outclassed from the very opening of that game. And I think we'll see more competitive games tonight on the part of both of these teams.
I think so too, Tim. I think these two teams are more evenly matched. That foul was on number 25, Shameen Pope, who is the daughter of the head coach, Jesse Pope. Now, I know Jesse right well, and her assistant, Alvin Lewis, have both been here. Now, this is something that Bethel does a good job at, is that they do a good job of pressing, and they'll get a lot of baskets on the turnover. In that case, that foul probably was a good foul by the Hampton because it would have been a two-shot layup, a two-point layup for sure, and the foul was called prior to the layup.
Kim Fox, number 31, charged with that personal foul, a player control foul, and we've got a traveling call on the Bethel Bruins.
That is Miyoshi Steph, S-T-I-T-H, and she's first time she started in quite a while, but she's an upcoming young lady that's going to be proved to be quite good for the Bethel Bruins.
And another traveling violation. So both teams a little chilly here to start out. They're having some difficulty getting untracked, but I'm sure we'll see as this game progresses they will do so. Play number 3 called by the Bethel Bruins. That's Christy Taylor directing the play. Inside baseline drive, put a reverse layup in, good.
Didn't use the board or anything on that, Tim.
And that was Andrea Smith who got the first bucket of the ball game. Cheyenne Hill breaks the timeline. Cheyenne Hill held to just 4 points the other night against Phoebus. Came into that game averaging about 15 points a game. And we've got good pressure being applied by the Lady Bruins.
Well, I don't know the official missed it, but that young lady, number 13, picked up both pivot feet twice. And the official didn't call it yet, Tim.
And a traveling violation, so.
And I don't mean both pivot feet, but she changed pivot feet, picked them both up, so.
Yeah, the pressure was there, and the official just missed the call. They may, these officials have the ability to let a play or go, let them play a little loosely. As we saw the other night, you can call something on almost every situation. The whistle just never stopped blowing at Hampton High School the other night.
Oh, that was a long game, Tim. It really was. But now you'll see what Bethel does is they're going to put pressure on whoever's got the ball. They're going to double team the ball. And if you're thinking smart, if you got 2 people on you, somebody's open somewhere, and you got to find them. And what Hampton is, they kind of panic and just try to throw the ball to the close man who is also covered.
At the free throw line for the Crabbers, Audrina Whitehead, and she gets the Crabbers on the scoreboard. 2-1, 6:20 left in the first quarter. High school basketball, 4 8-minute quarters.
Look at concentration on her face, Tim.
Shooting at the jump shot.
Basket's bad.
The jump shot, foul shot, which I always thought was a good idea. You get a chance to practice your jump shot while you're taking your free throws. 3-point try, just off the front of the rim. Follow-up shot is no good, but we've got a foul inside. And this one is going to be charged against number 44 for the Crabbers. Check that 33 would be Cheyenne Hill.
We've got a little disadvantage. The other night over at Hampton, they on the scoreboard, they would give you the number and the number of fouls. Here tonight, they don't have that on the Bethel scoreboard, so we'll have to try to pick them up from the officials when they give them.
At the free throw line, missing the first, that's Andrea Smith, who has the lone basket for the Lady Bruins.
We've got another whistle and a foul underneath the basket. There was no basket made. And at the free throw line will be number 33.
No good on the second attempt, and the Lady Crabbers come down with it. Audrina Whitehead giving off to Sylvia Shepard. And another traveling call.
We noticed the other night, Tim, when Phoebus played Hampton, that there was a lot of traveling calls. It just didn't look like the Lady Crabbers could get their under control. When they caught the ball, they'd shuffle their feet.
Baseline feed, and in the efforts to get the ball, the play goes out of bounds as Clement Pope couldn't quite handle the ball and stepped on a baseline. Good steal by the Lady Bruins, off the glass, no good, and the Crabbers come back with it. Good defensive effort by Miyoshi Stith, who did a good job to steal that ball. A lot of contact. Baseline jumper, a little strong, rebounded by the Crabbers. Battle inside, and finally the Lady Bruins bring it down, 1-on-1. Put it off the glass, no good. Follow-up shot. And stepping on the baseline was one of the Lady Crabbers, so the ball will go over to the Bruins. That was Audrina Whitehead, who made a good job of rebounding the ball, but in her efforts to stay in bounds, stepped on the baseline.
That's her second.
Substitution for the Crabbers. Kim Fox comes out of the ball game, and Anessa Jones will check in. Our score 2-2, a low scoring affair so far. Turn around, the pass goes over the head of the intended.
The idea was good. She was looking for somebody open closer to the basket, but you got to throw the ball to them and not over their head. Sometimes the adrenaline gets to flowing and they can throw that ball a lot higher and a lot farther than what they normally do in practice, Tim. That was an excellent steal. She was just out of bounds when she caught the ball.
We're seeing a lot of quickness on the part of the Bruins. They certainly stress defense. There's no question about that. They double team the ball. When the Crabbers are bringing it up, they are going for the steal continually.
Well, that's sort of Jessie Pope's trademark, is that she stresses defense and pressure defense, double teaming, man-to-man, the full 90 feet. And of course, Hampton would like nothing better than to walk the ball up, pass it a couple times, and try to get a good shot. And Bethel's going to put pressure on them. They're going to contest every pass that's being made.
Pressure resulted in a turnover that time. Give and go doesn't work as the ball comes loose, and the Crabbers have it.
Excuse me, Tim. The idea of that is good, but that's hard to do in a zone, is to cut through a zone and try to dribble, because you're trying to dribble through more than one person. What Bethel's going to have to do is either pass the ball to somebody inside or get some outside shots and loosen the zone up a bit.
Christy Taylor, number 21, charged with her first personal foul. Have something you don't see a lot in the boys' games. We have an earring problem on the inbounds pass.
Oh, no.
I started to say you don't have it at all, but that's not true anymore.
Well,
either.
boys wear earrings too, but
right.
they're not allowed to wear rings or any kind of necklaces or anything during ball games. Now, that was a rule passed when I was coaching, which I think is good. I can remember when Darryl Dawkins for the 76ers wore so many chains, I don't know how he got up in the air at all.
Well, of course, their concern is the safety of the player,
right,
with a chance of getting something snagged. And I think a pierced earring would be another problem. They wouldn't want to have that. But anyway, not often you have a problem on the inbounds pass when you lose the back to your earring. Still 2-2, 4.5 minutes. Steal by the Lady Crabbers. Feed the lane. Cheyenne Hill will force it up and gets it.
Wow. All net.
Call that the Hail Mary play in football, I think.
Well, I tell you what, she got the ball up in the air, and it went through. That's what counts. I don't care how it goes in. It counts 2 points, Tim.
Looks like a driving layup on the score sheet, doesn't it?
That's right.
4-2, the Lady Crabbers. And we've got a whistle and a foul inside.
Tim, I'm just sitting here watching. You made the comment earlier that they could call a foul just about any time, and there was about 3 fouls prior to the whistle that time. So, yeah, you're right. It's, I'm glad they're not calling everything. They did. All we do be marching to the foul line, from foul line to foul line, and that's no fun either.
Carlethia Harris is charged with that foul, and yet another whistle inside. This one on Cheyenne Hill. If I read the indication from the referee correctly, that is her second. And at the free throw line, as Bethel now will be shooting the bonus, Clement Pope shooting 2 shots. Did you find the names of the officials again, Bob?
Yes, you had my slip over there, Tim.
I did.
You did, right here.
Oh, here we go.
I gave it to you over but I gave you the starters there. You had my sheet. I wondered where it was, but Angela took care of me.
Okay, so Pope hits 1 of the 2, and now it's a 4-3 ball game.
That was a good job of breaking the press that time, and that's what they got to do is pass to break the press, and then they walk out there and sit down and pass and dribble the ball and let somebody take it right out of your hands. Hampton's got to be aware defenders are going to be trying to steal that ball all the time. They got to protect the ball.
Andrea Smith now with her second basket. She has both of the Bethel baskets. Good block as driving the lane was Christy Taylor. Good defensive play.
Excuse me, Tim. Had they not stole the ball that time, Hampton would have turned it over anyway because it was almost a 10-second violation anyway at that point.
3:19 left here in the first quarter. 5-4. The Lady Bruins are on top. They look for the inside pass. Hampton in a zone. stolen and a foul on the play.
I see AG has got Bolin Shoop over there in the sideline cornered. I don't know if, yeah, he's going to talk to him during the end of the first quarter. All we have to do is tell the camera to zoom in on the guy over there with the shiny head. Not you, Tim.
I was going to say.
Other side of the floor.
Oh, the other side. A little less than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And this one is lost out of bounds and it belonged to the Lady Bruins.
So we want to alert our camera crew to find AG across the way. We're going to zero in on him during the break at the end of the first quarter.
Patricia Russell, number 40, checks in for the Bruins. They lead by a point. Baseline jumper.
Oh, in and out, in and out.
She's got a nice touch. A perfect example of pushing off, but no call. We've got a lot of contact out there. And officials are calling some of it, and others are not. And a breakaway. Basket is good.
Well, she didn't think she could make the layup, but she could make the short jumper, which turned out pretty good because she got a foul call and she'll get a three-point opportunity here.
And Carlethia Harris will be charged with her second personal foul.
And we got timeout.
Yoshi Stith has the basket, making it 7-4. Are we going to go to AG now, or are we going to wait until?
We're going to wait to the end of the first quarter, Tim. So we got a timeout here. I don't know when to play into this game, but you'll notice with the Hampton, the Lady Crabbers want to walk the ball up, want to have a slow tempo, and pass the ball around, try to get a good shot. Bethel's defense philosophy is if we put pressure on them, we can get some turnovers, get some easy baskets, keep them off balance, get them to make a lot of turnovers, and that way they can't play their type of ball game. We'll end up with the win. And that's what's happening right now is Bethel is dictating how this ball game is played.
Of course, the defense so many times will do that, as you say. There you see AG in the middle of our screen. Who's that fella he's going to be interviewing?
That's C. Bolin Shoop. He's former football coach over at Bethel High School, and he's now the assistant principal in here, and just does an excellent job here at Bethel High School. The kids and the faculty and staff, everybody just really likes Bolin because he's very conscientious about his job, and he's very fair and disciplining with the kids. Of course, some of the times the kids don't think that, but you know how that goes.
Trying for the three-point play, Yoshi Stith.
20-6.
And she converts. And now the Bruins have doubled the score on the Crabbers, 8-4. 2:22 remain in the first quarter. And a traveling call. Kim Fox had the right idea, but in making the pass, she made one extra step.
That's good getting an open shot, but
Crabbers want to run, but it doesn't work this time.
well, that's one way to bring pressure is to get the ball down before the defense gets there, but you got to pass it to your ball player. Tim, I didn't get a chance to mention the coaches for the Lady Crabbers. The head coach is Ivory Knight and assisted by Art Jones. People remember Art Jones was a tremendous basketball player at Hampton High School and then went on down to North Carolina State and played. And he helps as the assistant coach over there with Ivory Knight.
8'4" to play. These guys, same with the girls. I mean, if you got the talent, if you got the coordination, and you're willing to put in the
The best way to pass is to break a press, Tim, is to pass the ball and not say. And that was an excellent call because 35. The people on the screen home could see that she actually threw a forearm to knock the gal out of the way.
She did the same thing the last time up the floor. That's why I was mentioning they didn't call everything. I mean, she literally stiff-armed her defender.
her
guarder.
See?
Her defender.
I'm not going to let you forget that.
I have to, by the way, I have to mention that those of you that may have listened to the ballgame of the night, Bob was lamenting the fact that and we have a foul inside, that I had no dinner, and he had gorged himself on lobster. I use the word gorged. And tonight, I brought my Snickers bar with me for my dinner, and Bob, in infinite generosity, had for me some of his leftover dinner, which had not been left over, I might add. He brought me some shrimp and some cocktail sauce, for which I'm most appreciative. I will return the favor, Bob.
I just didn't want Tim to get so famished before the end of the ball game that he would pass out on me. I don't think I could do both of us at the same time.
I got weak the other night. It was close, but I had one of those delicious hot dogs, one of those gourmet treats at the Hampton High School.
The officials are using these.
Second shot, no good. Remains 8-4.
Oh, what hustle!
Good hustle. Off the glass? No. And Cheyenne Hill brings it out for the Lady Crabbers. Good hustle on the part of number 31 for Bethel, Miyoshi Stiff.
She just did an excellent job of going for that ball, Tim, because she was at the foul line and went down on the baseline and intercepted that pass.
Shooting touch on that ball. They got a nice soft cut. And again, that goes to the coach. And Mike Powell does a
The
good
foul
job
is charged to
teaching the fundamentals.
31, Miyoshi Stiff. That is her first unofficially. And Cheyenne Hill will be at the free throw line shooting 1 and 1. She has 2 points on the evening. She has half of the Crabber points. Adrena Whitehead has the other 2 points, those coming on free throws. Good rotation on the ball, but it comes off into the hands of one of the Crabbers. Finally controlled by the Lady Bruins. Baseline, nice feed, but it won't go.
Well, I tell you, Tim, I was real surprised she did that because there was only 3 Lady Bruins and 4 Crabbers back, so that that was really not a good fast break opportunity, but they end up getting a good shot off of it.
Lost out of bounds, 42 seconds to go, 8-4, the Bethel Bruins on top.
Well, Bethel has got Hampton running, and they don't really want to run because they're not that good of ball handlers, and but Bethel's got to play in their game.
So we're going to do, and they're all involved in the Hampton schools, so we're very fortunate doing this job. In fact, this girl is
Good penetration, very good penetration. She went down the center of that zone before it could shift back, Tim. That was excellent.
Miyoshi Stiff with her second basket. She's got 5 points. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Pass inside, knocked out of bounds, belongs to the Bruins.
And they got a chance to get the last shot off before the end of the first quarter because of 6 seconds. And we'll see if they are aware of what's happening.
They seem to be. They're not going to touch the ball till they get it across center court. 3-point shot off the heel of the red. Follow-up
Should have
shot.
shot the ball from where she was without the dribble. That was excellent awareness on the part of the Lady Bruins, knowing what the clock, how much time was on the clock.
All right, we've played a quarter. Our score, Bethel 10, Hampton 4. Let's go across the court now to A.G. Womble.
Tim, Bob, we got Bolin Shute, the assistant principal here at Bethel, and Bolin, you're up 10-4. You have to be happy with the first quarter here.
Yeah, I'm real happy. We have a pretty good basketball team. We'll have a much better girls basketball team next year. Coach Lewis and Coach Pope do a super job with the girls basketball team.
What about girls basketball in general in the Peninsula District? Pretty good program going.
Well, I think it's probably one of the best programs in the state. The Peninsula District girls basketball have always been very competitive in the state.
Okay. What about the rest of the game here, Bolin? How do you see it?
Well, I think Bethel's going to win it. We have 2 guards at Bethel who, in the first quarter, have done a super job at Stiff and Taylor. They get better each game, and both of them are going to be back next year.
Okay. Bolin Shute. All right, Tim, Bob, back to you.
Thank you, A.G.
Well, Bolin looked good on TV. I'll have to tell him that. His wife will be proud of him.
Second quarter just about set to go.
And we'll notice, Tim, there's no jump ball to pass the ball in from the side. There they go, good pass, and that's what they got to do to beat that pressure defense, is they got to pass the ball before there's a double team. And the Lady Crabbers did an excellent job that time. Art Jones and Ivory Knight talked to him a little during that break between quarters, obviously. Can't believe I said that word.
Bruins moving the ball around. Stiff will take the shot.
She's traveling when she takes before she starts dribbling, Tim. The referee hadn't picked it up yet, but she kind of does a jump step before she shoots. We got bodies flying all over the place out there.
Throw it up, no good. And a whistle inside. This one is charged to number 40 or number, let's see, who did they charge that on? The official.
We don't have the instant replay, so we can't pick it
No,
back
the
up.
official, I can't tell whether he signaled, I believe it was number 40 for Bethel. That's who I'm going to charge with anyway. Patricia Russell, her first. Couldn't tell whether he said 30 or 40.
Well, I don't see any 30 out there, Tim.
That's
so
why I figured out it was.
I knew you sharp, fella.
Didn't take me long, I'll tell you. I couldn't find a 40 for a while. Jump ball, the possession arrow was pointing to the Bethel Bruins, so they'll get it. We might explain to the viewers that, of course, in high school basketball, you do have the arrow of possession. It alternates on jump balls, that type of thing. The ball will go over to the Hampton Crabbers next time there is a contested ball. 10-6, the Lady Bruins.
That was an excellent pass. Nice steal, nice left-handed layup. That's very good, number 21 for the Bethel Bruins.
Christy Taylor stole the ball and put it in. And this one goes off the hands of one of the Bruins. It'll belong to the Crabbers. Good to have Dr. Stills with us this evening. I see he's returned from his trip down to New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Tough duty. Someone's got to do it, right? Christy Taylor pushes off. They don't call it. She gets the shot away. And Miyoshi Taylor, or Stith rather, gets the rebound, and she's fouled on the shot.
Well, I'm impressed with Christy Taylor. She's very active out there. She passes the ball well. She dribbles the ball well. She's excellent on defense. She's just doing an all-around job for the Lady Bruins out there. Now, all of them are. I'm not just picking her out, but I've noticed she handles the ball real well after they break the press on the dribble of the ball.
Vivian Moss charged with the personal. That's her first.
Well, this gal kind of stands off-center. If you notice on the floor right there in front of her, there's a line going right down the center of the floor, and most people would line up with their right foot on that line. She's off to the right-hand side. Well, she's made one, but she's missed 3.
6 points now for Miyoshi Stith. She converted 1 out of 2. 13-6 from way downtown. A two-shot.
Her foot was just on the line, Tim, and she launched that shot.
Vivian Moss got the basket, driving the lane as Stith doesn't go, and the Lady Crabbers have the rebound, leading, or they're trailing by 5, 13-8. Crabbers do a good job of coming back to the ball. That's what you have to do, of course, when there's double teaming like that.
That's a good point, Tim. They are. The other night they wasn't doing that as well against Phoebus, but they are doing it tonight.
A running prayer thrown up. It's still loose. Drive the baseline, take 3 or 4 steps. No foul. No blood, no foul, I believe is how they.
I guess so. Both those I think they were both waiting for somebody to blow the whistle, and nobody blew the whistle. There was something going on. It looked like a traveling to me, but who am I?
Hey, these guys do a good job. I wouldn't have their job for love nor money.
Listen, I don't like officiating anyway, but there's no way I'd officiate a girls' contest. I wouldn't officiate a boys' contest either. Don't get me wrong. But
they have the thankless
job. It would be harder to do a girls' contest.
It's been a physical game. There's no question about that, and it continues. A blocking foul will be charged to Vicki Pierce, number 32 of the Bruins. And going to the free throw line will be Anissa Jones, number 24. 1-1 as both teams are over the limit. We'll have to see if Dr. Stills can give us the playback times for this game as well as the boys' game, which
that's a good idea.
We will be here to follow, so we can alert our viewers as to when these games will be seen. Of course, if you're watching the game, you know when it's on.
You're sharp, Tim. You're sharp.
5 minutes to go in the half. 13-8. The Bruins on top. Ball touched last by the Lady Crabbers. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble here at the Bethel High School Gymnasium. Got the Lady Bruins 6-6 overall. Lady Crabbers 3-8. Baseline drive, put it up, no good. Battle for inside, and it's controlled. I'm telling you, it's rough in there.
First down.
Carlethia Harris got the rebound. Off the glass, no good. Comes to Cheyenne Hill. She fakes, then shoots. Gets her own rebound. Fakes, shoots. It doesn't go, but she's fouled.
There was some bodies falling down at the other end of the floor. One went down on an attempted rebound. The other one was going to take off, go down the court, and fell right over top. Didn't see her. I sure hope neither one of them got hurt.
Vicki Pierce charged with her second personal foul. Patricia Russell will come in the ball game, and she'll replace Vicki Pierce. And now we'll see further substitutions. Carlethia Harris checks out for the Lady Crabbers. And she is replaced by Audrina Whitehead. Cheyenne Hill with 2 shots. She'll get a second.
Well, you got to hit something. If they don't hit basket, backboard, or anything up there, then they'll take the ball out on the side. And that's where the official, Ernest Reeves, is taking it. That's where they have to bring it in play. You have to at least hit the rim up there.
13-8. 5-point lead for the Bruins.
That was a nice give and go, Tim.
They like to work that play. Crabbers come out with it. Double dribble.
Yeah,
no
that's
call.
got to be a double dribble. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Slow whistle, but it was the right call.
It was really, I don't know whose call it was. The trail official should have picked it up too, because actually she was facing the trail official, but
can't see everything.
no, you really can't.
3:48 remains. Quite a different game from the game we had Tuesday night when the Lady Phantoms blew away the Lady Crabbers. They led 16-2 at the quarter and 40-11 at the half. The Bruins will bring it down. Christy Taylor, 3-on-2. Good feed under the basket. This won't go.
Excellent pass.
And more contact.
I guess you call that, Tim, no harm, no foul. The number 22 for the Lady Bruins literally got run over that time.
There you saw Cheyenne Hill as she got the basket. She's got 6 of the Hampton 10 points. And it's a 3-point lead for the Bruins, 13-10. Inside of 3 minutes to go in the half. Drive the baseline, looking for someone to pass it out to. Christy Taylor will pump it up. No good, and the Crabbers will bring it down with a chance to cut that lead to 1. 2-on-1, Cheyenne Hill from behind didn't pay much attention. And good defensive effort by Christy Taylor. She just wasn't able to hold on to it.
Well, she hustled down there fast, got to touch the ball, but then by the time she was grabbed it, she was out of bounds. But that was an excellent hustle on her part. Hey,
up
look
and
at that.
good.
Cut it to 1. They had a nice lead. Now it's only a 1-point lead.
There you see the story.
Excuse me, Tim. The Bruins are getting good shots. They're not taking poor percentage shots. They're just not making them.
Running one-hander, no good. The Crabbers have the ball and a chance to take the lead. Cheyenne Hill wrestles it away from one of the Bruins. Now we got a 3-on-none, a pass underneath. Anissa Jones can't get the shot off.
Well, there was definitely a foul that time. Definitely a foul on the attempted shot, and they didn't call it. And the Hampton contingents over here right behind us, they were really upset because there was definitely a foul committed that time.
Timeout being called by the Bruins. Anissa Jones charged with a double dribble. She had gotten the dribble. The ball was loose for a moment. The officials have obviously ruled that she lost possession of it, picked it back up, and then started her dribble, which of course she can't do.
Right.
So the ball will go over to the Lady Bruins. 2 seconds less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. And it's 13-12. It's a close ball game, which is what I'd hope. You like to see them play a little bit better, but you also want to see them competitive. So you can't complain about that.
Uh-oh. The lady girls look like they're going to play. I'm not sure what they're going to play here. Uh-oh, they're going to pass that ball up and dunk it.
Oh, okay. We got a dunk shot coming.
Slam dunk.
Technical foul, holding on to the rim.
That's cute. That's cute.
Who are all these attractive ladies and young girls that walk by here?
Sponsor of the,
all
that's
these
the sponsor of the cheerleaders.
Young ladies walking by waving to you and everything.
Well,
back in your glory days of Bethel High School, huh, Bob?
They remember me, and I'm glad they're not throwing things at me as they walk by. Bethel's going to make Hampton come out and play. The team that's behind's got to initiate activity here.
Could have been a traveling call, perhaps. Christy Taylor playing catch with Miyoshi Stiff. She penetrates and passes
what Bethel would like to do is make Hampton play man to man, and get the big gals out from underneath that basket, because that's.
Ball last touched by one of the Crabbers, bounced off of her leg and went out of bounds. Christy Taylor. One minute to go. First half, 13-12. The Lady Bruins by a point.
Well, that's kind of a lazy pass, Tim. If one of the Lady Crabbers wakes up, they may be able to intercept that long cross-court pass. It's kind of lazy.
Bruins led 13-8, and 4 straight points have brought the Crabbers back to within a point. 35 seconds, baseline, and a double dribble. So the Lady Bruins did a good job of working the ball, but then when it got down to crunch time, a traveling charge to Andrea Smith.
Well, they're in a 1-2-2 full court zone trap is what they're on right now.
Been giving the Lady Crabbers trouble all night. Inside pass, Cheyenne Hill in a crowd, puts it up, no. Got her own rebound, no. And the Bruins bring it down with 14 seconds. A 1-on-3, and it's touched by the Bruins last. So the Crabbers will have 10 seconds to bring it up court for one last shot here in the first half.
Number 34 for the Bruins just has trouble controlling the ball when she gets excited.
3 seconds. I don't think they know the time. When they do, they get the shot away, and it rolls out. It doesn't count.
That was close.
That was real close. All right, we're at halftime, and our score, the Hampton Crabbers 12, the Bethel Bruins 13. And we'll return with second half of action, first half statistics, but first, this brief timeout. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, A.G. Womble back at the Bethel High School Gymnasium.
And they call this the Bruin Den.
What do they call it?
Bruin Den.
13-12, our halftime score. The Lady Bruins on top by a point. They had led 10-4 at the quarter, and they led 13-8 at one time. And now Cheyenne Hill scores her 7th and 8th points of the night, and the Crabbers take the lead for the first time. Cheyenne Hill with 8 points, 2 points for Whitehead, 2 each for Anissa Jones and Vivian Moss for the Crabbers.
Well, nothing will fire a team up any quicker than getting the lead after trailing the whole game.
Crabbers rebound.
Bethel's taking good shots. They're not taking low percentage shots, but they're just not falling. And Lady Crabbers just made another basket, Tim, real good. I know you can't see because of the Hampton boys team is coming in. But
you happen to know who scored that basket?
Yeah, Hampton scored the basket. I didn't see who scored it. It's 16-13 in favor of the Lady Crabbers, and they're doing a good job of breaking the press now. They're passing the ball instead of trying to dribble it.
Ball knocked out of bounds. The officials, Ernest Reeves and Paul Morris, look at each other for a little help on that call, and they award the ball to the Bruins. 16-13, Hampton by 3. They trailed as much as 6 and 8 points in the first half.
Well, the Bruins haven't scored but 3 points since the end of the first quarter, Tim.
Christy Taylor took a step. Pope had a point in the first half. 6 points for Miyoshi Stith, 2 points for Christy Taylor, and 4 points for Andrea Smith for the Lady Bruins. And they still trail by 3. And we've got traveling. We had mentioned we wanted to get you the air times for these games. The girls' game that you're watching.
I'm glad you
if I can figure this out.
I'll watch the ball game.
Well, it's airing as you're watching it Tuesday at 9 p.m. Then if you would like to tell your friends to watch it, or some of you parents didn't get a chance to see the game, it is again Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Kim Fox connects. That's her initial points of the first half, the second half. And the Crabbers now out to a 5-point lead, and the Lady Bruins want to talk it over.
Well, they got to do something to get some point totals here. They have causing some turnovers, but they're not doing anything but get down and not making the shots. They've got to get some points on the board, Tim. What is those times again?
Well, this game, of course, is airing 9 p.m. Tuesday and 9 a.m. Thursday, the 28th of January. The boys' game, which we are here to do as well, airs Monday at 9 p.m., Wednesday at 9 p.m.
And she converts the second.
That's the shooter's bounce. Hits the front of that rim and climbs right in. She's got good back spin.
Thursday at 9 a.m. I've got to check these things real carefully. And the girls' game that's airing now is at 9 p.m. Thursday, the 28th.
Well, that was easy for you to say.
That's for sure. I tell you, I'm appreciative of Dr. Stills giving me this all-encompassing chart here that tells me all this. We have another game we're going to be doing too. We are going to hopefully and happily get Kickintan into our schedule here. Of course, the Hampton Crabbers and Phoebus we had Tuesday night. This game between the Crabbers and the Bruins coming up, the boys' game. And then we'll have both the girls' game and the boys' game of Kickintan versus Phoebus on the 9th of February. That'll be at Kickintan. (18-13). Christy Taylor, one-hander, good. So she has 4 points, and she cuts the Hampton lead to 3.
It shows the foul is on number 24.
2-on-1, got a person open underneath the basket, but a foul before the pass. The foul is charged against number 25, Clement Pope. Excuse me, check that, wrong team. Charge that foul. Yeah, that's right, Clement Pope. I had it right the first time. Crabbers keep possession on the player control foul. Baseline jump pass. And we've got a traveling violation on the Bruins. Substitutions coming in.
Boy, she is hot tonight, Tim.
For Bethel, that is Patricia Russell, and she will come in and replace Clement Pope, who has picked up her 3rd personal foul unofficially.
What they're going to try to do is lob the ball into number 33, Tim. That's what they did against Phoebus all the time. Wow, they fooled me. Got even a better shot.
Audrina Whitehead gets her first basket of the evening. She had 2 free throws earlier in the game, and now she has 4 points, and it's a 5-point Hampton lead.
Bethel seems to be having a little trouble of penetrating the zone. They got to pass the ball a little faster, get into the seams or something. What that young lady tried to do is drive in, which is a little hard to do. She did draw the foul, but looks like it's a non-shooting foul. It will be placed out of bounds.
That was a good move. She made a good step. You know, she got by her defender.
Right, she
but
split
then she
the two
stopped. She
Decembers.
didn't follow up with a shot. She passed off instead, and
Right.
she had a good chance of driving the basket.
Well, and that's a little lack of confidence too. If you're not used to doing that, you go through the middle and it's open, and you wow, what do I do now? And their first reaction was pass the ball.
Inbounds pass, baseline jumper, Mayoshi stiff.
But that's what Bethel needs. They need to get some outside shooting to spread that Hampton zone out. They got it packed in there pretty good where if there's a missed shot, they end up with the rebound. They being the Lady Crabbers.
From way outside, no good. Cheyenne Hill gets the rebound and then a jump ball. And the arrow for possession belongs to the Bethel Bruins. Christy Taylor will bring it up. She, along with Miyoshi Stith. Good penetration, bounce pass inside. Unfortunately, it was to a red-clad Hampton Crabber, and then a traveling call. Vivian Moss took steps.
Well, if Bethel could, if the Lady Bruins could capitalize when they get a turnover, Tim, they'd be in this ball game. But they right now they're getting the turnovers, but they're not capitalizing, getting any points off of it.
Bruins trailing by 3, 20-17. Christy Taylor chases it down, loses it, and the Crabbers have it, and then a foul. There you see the Crabber bench applauding that play. Substitutions. Clement Pope will come back in for the Lady Bruins, and Vicki Pierce, number 32, will check out.
AG is going to interview Mike Bailey, the varsity basketball coach of the Bethel Bruins at the break at the end of the third quarter, Tim. So we'll try to keep our eye on if our cameraman can pick AG up over there on the right-hand side. We'll go to him at the end of the third quarter.
Lady Bruins.
We got quite a possession here. We got a timeout here.
Just run down the scoring so far for you. Cheyenne Hill, who was held to 4 points Tuesday night against the Lady Phantoms, has rebounded here with 10 points so far in this ball game. 4 points for Adrena Whitehead, 2 each for Anissa Jones, Vivian Moss, and Kim Fox for the Lady Crabbers. For the Lady Bruins, they are paced right now by Miyoshi Stith. She has 8 points, 4 points each for Christy Taylor and Andrea Smith, and Clement Pope has the remaining point for the Lady Bruins. There you see part of the crowd that's still filing in here at Bethel High School, the Bruin Den, you call it?
Yes, Bruin Den.
Guess you have some real fond memories here, don't you, Bob, having coached here for some years?
Yeah, I was 10 years coaching here in the gym and enjoyed it. Had some real good athletes and had some real fond memories, and I also have some memories that were not so fun. I got a few technicals sitting over there on the bench, Tim. I don't want to talk about those.
When we get a break, I'd like to ask you about some of your the better players that you had on, that you coached, and how they might have progressed with their college careers and so forth. Lady Crabbers break the timeline. Baseline drive, double team. They kick it out, and now we have a whistle. And we have a lane violation. Crabbers were filling the lane for more than 3 seconds. Well, the Bruins have certainly had more than their share of opportunities to not only get back in this game, not that they're out of the game by 3 points, but certainly they have had every opportunity to lead this game, as they did for the majority of the first half of the ball game. Actually, they led for the entire first half.
Well,
But
Tim,
they've got stone cold.
they're trying to get the ball inside, but they're forcing the ball inside, and that's not a good thing to be doing. That was commonly called a brick.
Throw up a brick in. It came right back. Stolen by Christy Taylor. She has to look out. She's got a defender following her, but she does a good job of concentrating on the basket.
Kept her head up, Tim, and watched that ball right into the backboard and got the favorable bounce.
Saw a good shot of her that time on the ensuing defensive play, as her intensity was quite evident. She's definitely in the ball game.
Well, this is really an exciting game, and we had talked about this many times before, that they can watch it on a TV, but if you're right here in the gym as these games are being played, there's a lot more excitement.
A one-point ball game, inbounds pass that you had mentioned earlier. They like to go to Cheyenne Hill because of her height. Didn't work that time. Mayoshi Stiff can't get the roll, and the Lady Crabbers will have possession. So Mayoshi Stiff did everything right except put it in the bucket. And again, the hustle of Christy Taylor almost pays off for the Lady Bruins. And we have substitutions now for the Bruins. Coming out of the ball game is Andrea Smith, and she is replaced by 22 Mercedes Robinson.
Bethel does a good job of hawking the ball.
Chance for the Bruins to regain the lead. Christy Taylor from just inside the three-point stripe.
Just inside. Foot was just inside there, Tim, but she did a good job of following through. That was a set shot. You see our boys, they will shoot a jump shot, and some of these girls shoot a set shot. They do not leave the floor when they're shooting. They did an excellent job that time. Nice follow through on that shot.
That's like the old Bob Cousy two-hand set shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Except I haven't seen many people shoot a two-handed shot anymore. That's you don't see that.
You see those vintage films of the old days. I'm serious though. You know, Bob Cousy and the Boston Bruins, Boston Celtics, and teams like that. They used to do a lot of that two-hand set shot stuff. My daddy told me about a lot of that stuff.
Well, they also played zone back there too, Tim. But they don't play zones in the NBA anymore.
Bruins moving it around, trying to find the open girl. They do.
Well, that's the way to move the ball around and get it down inside the paint, get an easy shot.
And just like that, the Lady Bruins are back on top by 3, and they'll get the ball back here as the pass is thrown well over the head.
Looks like to me it's very close to being needing a timeout here by the Lady Crabbers to kind of settle their people down. They're kind of throwing the ball away too many times. They did a good job at the onset of this quarter, the second half, third quarter here, Tim, of breaking the press and breaking the pressure, but now they're kind of getting rattled because the Bruins have now recaptured the lead.
Less than a minute and a half to go, and the Bruins convert. I didn't see who threw that one.
I did. That was number 22, and that, Tim, that was a clothesline. I mean, there was no arc on that ball at all. It was straight.
That was Mercedes Robinson who just checked in the ball game. And now a 5-point Bruin lead. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Two-hand set shot, nothing but air.
She must have heard you talking, Tim.
So Christy Taylor connects on one, but then the next time down, she gets nothing but air, and the ball goes over to the Lady Crabbers. Inside of a minute.
Lady Bruins have scored more points in this quarter than they did the whole first half, Tim.
Cheyenne Hill puts the shot up, and she's fouled. And she'll get 2 shots. Charge the foul to Mayoshi Stiff, number 31. That is her second personal foul. And it'll be a player control foul as neither team has exceeded the limit so far here in the third quarter. Inbounds pass. And a charge, offensive foul charged to Carlethia Harris. That would be her third. And that'll be a possession foul.
Tim, the first quarter of the ball game, there was just an exorbitant amount of fouls, and this quarter they seem to be playing a little bit more under control as far as fouling goes. But the Lady Bruins have really come back and taken an upper hand because they lost that lead and were trailing by at least 3 or 4 points at one time, weren't they?
Yes, they were. It was 20 to 15 at one point, and the Lady Bruins have scored 10 straight points.
Yeah.
Ball kicked and then goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Crabbers. 34 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 25-20 is our score. Lady Bruins have regained the lead. And they'll say it was last touched by a Crabber, so the Bruins will have it back. It was 10-4, the Bruins at the quarter break. At halftime it was 13-12, the Bruins. For a good part of the third quarter, the Lady Crabbers have held the lead, but now they've seen it evaporate with a real cold spell.
Bethel wants to take the last shot, Tim. There's 22 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and they want to take the last shot. Now let's see if they cannot turn the ball over, which they did during the, towards the end of that first half.
Inside of 10 seconds. Christy Taylor's shot doesn't go. She gets her own rebound. No, and a jump ball at the end of the third quarter. As the buzzer sounded. So we're about set to go with another interview. I understand A.G. Womble has
got it, so take it away, A.J.
Take it.
And 5-8 overall this year. Just briefly about the season so far.
Well, first of all, we're pretty young right now. Tonight we'll start 3 sophomores. So right now we're considering this basically a learning experience. Hopefully we can get into the second third of the season and do a little bit better than what we have. We've lost 5 ball games by a total of 18 points with a young squad, so I'm pleased at this time.
All right, you got the Crabbers tonight. What type game do you expect, Mike?
Well, they like to run transition, so we're going to try to counter with controlling the tempo. We'll run when the opportunity's there. So we're going to be aggressive, and I know Hampton has an excellent ball club because the teams they played this year and the record speaks for itself.
In a district tournament at the end of the year, you got a chance of getting there?
Well, first of all, we're in pretty good shape of making the playoffs. And
I mean, once you get there, doing something.
Right. Well, last year there were a whole lot of surprises. So, and I think in the Peninsula, that's going to be the case year in, year out.
All right, you're doing a great job over here at Bethel, Mike. Keep up the good work, buddy.
I hope I can do a good job tonight.
Okay, good luck to you. All right, Tim, Bob.
Thank A.G. Mike Bailey, head coach for the Bethel Bruins. They'll have the task of taking on a talented Hampton Crabbers team. We'll be doing that game and hope you'll join us on Channel 29 for that coverage. The Lady Bruins leading by 5. We've got a whistle inside.
You gotta know somebody. But I don't know how they got scored that time. At one point you had them outscored.
And a foul against the Crabbers. I believe that's Cheyenne Hill. If that is, that would be her 4th unofficially. Still not over the bonus, or over the limit rather.
Yeah, they're showing. Well, no, you can't tell. I thought it was 4, but that's the 4th quarter they're talking about up there on the scoreboard.
Crabbers want to bring it down quickly, and traveling with the basketball, Carlethia Harris, her efforts to find an open player, she dragged her pivot foot. So play has been a little ragged here, but the Lady Bruins still hold a 5-point lead. They had surrendered that lead in the third quarter, but have since scored 10, make that 12 unanswered points. And
that was an excellent shot, Tim. She didn't have any pressure on it. She just turned around, faced the basket, squared up her shoulders, and did a good shot with a nice follow-through and good backspin on the ball. And then the gal come over and fouled her after she had shot the ball, so now she's got a chance for a 3-point opportunity.
Kim Fox, guilty of the personal foul. That's her 2nd. And it is a chance for a 3-point play. Yoshi Stiff. She's got double digits so far. She's got 10 points.
You know, she's the one that stands over to the right-hand side on the foul shot, Tim.
Kicks out from the heel of the basket, and then we've got out of bounds. Tough call. Looked like she might have been pushed out of bounds, but it goes over to the Lady Bruins.
And she's a good 6 inches taller than anybody out there, Tim.
She wants to shoot that ball again. She just got to be open a little bit.
Yeah, she stopped, drug her foot. She knew it. She knew she had messed up. She's not the one evidently that should be bringing the ball.
Good hustle by Christy Taylor to knock that ball loose.
She is a good hustler out there, isn't she, Tim?
She really is.
Well, number 24, Anita Cook.
My kind of player. I love to see aggressive defensive players. Under the basket, ball comes loose. Lady Bruins will set it up. Christy Taylor at the top of the key. She's already dribbled once. They don't catch her on the double dribble.
I
wondered if they'd catch her.
Too, Tim, but they did catch it.
Baseline jumper tipped out of bounds. Well saved, actually. A good effort by the Lady Crabbers. What do you think, Coach? Was that a double dribble?
Yes, it was a double dribble.
It appeared she caught the ball, let it bounce once. Baseline short jumper and a foul, 2-shot foul coming up.
She is 32.
This one is charged to number 31, Miyoshi Stith. That is her third unofficially. And she has 10 points unofficially for the Lady Bruins. At the free throw line is Carlethia Harris, who has yet to score tonight. And she'll get a second shot.
That's not a real good shot that she's got, Tim. She just kind of throws the ball up there.
She connects on 1 of 2. She shoots like I do.
Well, it went in.
And that's not very complimentary. I don't mean that. But I can't shoot a basketball.
Oh.
And I just don't have the rhythm that it takes to shoot that ball. I don't get my wrists to break correctly. I don't know how to describe it, but. And a traveling call. She just kind of throws it like, you know, that brick you were talking about a while ago? That's how I throw a basketball.
Yeah.
If it was a window, I'd have to pay a lot of money. 6:11 remaining in the ball game. A 6-point lead for the Lady Bruins. 27-21. They will be shooting the bonus from this point on, I might mention. Got the Carlethia Harris open under the basket. She puts it up and rolls off. Battle inside and controlled by the Bruins. Vicki Pierce loads it up. Penetrates and then a jump ball.
And it's the possession arrow is the Bruins.
So the Bruins will retain possession inside of 6 minutes to go. Knocked out of bounds, and Miyoshi Stith will inbounds.
Tim, you said that girls' game is going to be played Tuesday and Thursday night next week at 9 p.m. The boys' game on Monday, Wednesday, 9 p.m. and Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Do I have that down right?
You got the form there.
I knew you didn't want to read it again, so I'm helping you out.
I appreciate it. Ball kicked out of bounds. I think it was last touched by the Bruins, and it was. 27-21. The Crabbers trail by 6.
You get the ball because you play defense. And I agree with you on that point that if you play good defense, you should get the ball. But again, on the jump ball, that was something I lobbied for long and hard when I was coaching to get rid of the jump ball situation.
Anissa Jones comes back in, replacing Kim Fox of the Crabbers. Backcourt tandem of Stith and Taylor will bring the ball up for the Bruins. And we've got a foul.
Tim, both teams are in the bonus situation now, so they'll be shooting every foul.
Just to set the rest of the Bruin lineup for you, checked at 34, Andrea Smith is out there, along with 25, Clement Pope, and number 32, Vicki Pierce, to round out the starting 5, but the 5 on the floor at least right now for the Bruins. At the free throw line with 1 and 1. We see a good shot of Miyoshi Stith, who's had a pretty good night so far, 10 points. However, cannot get the front end of the 1-on-1. Christy Taylor heads up ball, gets the steal, feed underneath. Nice play, but it won't go. Christy Taylor did everything she could except put it in the basket herself. She found her open teammate, and we've got another foul. There you see on the middle of your screen, Carlethia Harris. She's tall. What is she doing? About 5'9", 5'10"? Let's see. 5'11".
5'11". She's tall young lady. She'll get most of the rebounds, but she just has trouble getting the ball in the basket. And she had a couple inside shots down here a few minutes ago, and now she's at the foul line. So let's see if she can. She did make one of. Did she scored tonight, Tim?
Yeah, she made 1 of 2. She threw the brick up a while ago.
Now, much nicer shot that time. Had a much nicer touch to it.
So she has her second point of the night, cuts the lead to 5. Crabbers have hung in there. They're only 5 points back. This one doesn't go, and with 4:59 to go, Bruins will bring it up. Stith looking for a teammate underneath the basket. Goes out of bounds. It belongs to the Crabbers.
The intent was good there to get the ball quick down the court and get it to the open person under the basket, which she did, but just lost control of it and went out of bounds.
And a jump ball. The possession arrow belongs to the Crabbers, so they'll keep possession. Nice play underneath for the Crabbers, and Nissa Jones got open, and she got the feed, and it's now a 3-point game. Oh, we got heavy contact right in front of our broadcast position, and we hope both players are okay. That was Christy Taylor. She's a real hustler. She really gets up and down the court. She brushed herself off.
She's going to be sore tomorrow. Tim, I'm going to be sore watching her get knocked around.
I like the way she plays, though. I really enjoy watching someone who's aggressive on their game, and she is. So she'll go to the free throw line.
Excuse me, Tim. She's the kind of person that you like because she does give you 100% the whole time she's out on the floor. And that's all you ask of any athlete, to give you the 100% out there, and she's definitely one of those.
No good, and she will not get the bonus. But the ball is stolen. Miyoshi Stith, and the foul inside.
Tim, I don't know if you recognize what was happening at that time. Bethel was shooting the ball. They had 4 people on the line. Hampton had a play all the way down here wide open, but the Lady Crabbers didn't see her when they got the rebound because they could have had a layup for sure. But this time, of course, Christie was shooting that time, but now she's not, so she's dropped back.
Clement Pope will have 2 shots. She'll get a second try. So she goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Cheyenne Hill travels, grabbed that pass, and then took a step before she released the ball. The Crabbers have hung tight, but they just can't convert on these turnovers.
They're having trouble getting the ball across the half court.
Turnaround jumper, no good, and the Crabbers will bring it out. Lead pass picked off by Taylor. Christy Taylor switches the dribble, drives the lane, put it up, no good. Stith on a rebound, still no good, and the Lady Crabbers, foul could have been called, none was. Anissa Jones dribbles down, left-handed dribbles, pull it up, and Christy Taylor picks her pocket.
Just took the ball right away from her, Tim.
They just can't get it to go, however.
There have been some missed layups on both ends of the floor.
Inside of 4 minutes, 3:50 to go. 27-24, picked off. 2-on-1, good pass.
Excellent pass.
Miyoshi Stith on the receiving end. Give the credit on the assist to Clement Pope.
And I know I can see over the side that Ivory Knight is upset at the turn of events here because the Lady Bruins are just out hustling the Lady Crabbers.
3:34 to go in the ball game. 29-24. We had been deadlocked in our score. Not the sense of the score was deadlocked, but neither team had scored for about 2.5 or 3 minutes.
They seem to be scoring in spurts, Tim, don't they?
Yeah, they do. 29-24. Miyoshi Stith, just to recap for you, she's got 12 points unofficially in the ball game. Christy Taylor has 8, 3 for Pope, 4 for Andrea Smith, and 2 for Mercedes Robinson for the Bethel Bruins. And Cheyenne Hill has 10 points for the Crabbers. Adrena Whitehead 4, 4 for Anissa Jones, 2 each for Vivian Moss, Kim Fox, and Carlethia Harris.
can see the Hampton huddle there, the coaches, Knight and Jones, talking to the Lady Crabbers, trying to get them to settle down and work that ball in and get some good inside shots, because they're in this ball game. 3:34 to go and only down by 5, so they're definitely in this ball game.
Good job of passing that ball around. As the fans can see, they don't dribble the ball. They get the ball and look at the passing. As you see the time.
Crabbers trailing by 5 will inbounds. Sylvia Shepard guarded by Christy Taylor. Taylor in her face, as the saying goes. Cheyenne Hill will force it up. She's fouled and charged with the personal foul is Clement Pope, if I read that correctly, and that would be her 4th.
Well, this part of the ball game, I don't think that they're going to worry about how many fouls they've got, Tim. You've got to go with your best 5 on the floor in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. But I checked that. It looks like Coach Pope is sending somebody in for her daughter. Number 40 for the Lady Bruins coming in, Tim.
That's Patricia Russell. Cheyenne Hill with 2 shots. Chance to cut the lead to 3 if she can convert.
That's called an air ball, Tim.
A lot of these girls shoot just like I do.
Are you down here helping?
I see myself out here a lot.
Now that's a better shot, but she's still short.
So Cheyenne Hill is 0 for 2 at the free throw line on that trip. Clock moving, 3:17. Bruins by 5. Knocked away, and Anissa Jones with a good defensive effort. Put it in.
That was really a real lazy pass that time that Lady Bruins threw. And there's another one.
Anissa Jones again.
Right beside her, wide open. And she just threw the ball across court right into the hands of the number 24 for Hampton.
Anissa Jones.
Jones just did an excellent job. Got 2 layups there.
2 baskets in a row. We've got a 1-point ball game, and it's stolen. And we've got a foul. No, what's the call?
Timeout was called before the steal, Tim.
All right, I was still waiting, and see Ivory Knight is upset.
Right, if the camera could swing a little bit, they'll see Ivory Knight. They're missing it. Ivory Knight is talking to the official, saying, hey, we had the ball, but the official had called timeout just prior to the steal, so the ball will remain in the Bruins' end of the court, and they will have possession.
So if we can set it for you now, Anissa Jones has made 2 excellent plays, stole the ball on 2 occasions and drove the basket and converted on the layups and took the 5-point deficit that Crabbers were suffering through and make it a 1-point ball game with 2:39 remaining. This game is up for grabs. And the Lady Crabbers, on the strength of those steals and baskets by Jones, have gotten right back in this thing.
Well, and I know what upsets the Bethel Bruins coaching staff is that Christy Taylor was the girl that brings the ball up. She's the best ball handler, and both passes were bypassing her. She was open, and they threw it to somebody further away, and the Bethel, and of course the Hampton Crabbers, and Mr. Jones did a good job of picking off the basketball and making converting the layup.
Well, as you mentioned, Coach, Christy Taylor's got the ball. That's who they want to have handle the ball for the Bruins. Baseline, lots of traffic, jump ball, possession belongs to the Bruins. What are they saying? No possession? They're just saying it was lost out of bounds.
No, it was a jump ball, Tim, and of course the possession arrow is in favor of the Bruins.
Well, the possession arrow didn't change. That's why I was curious as to whether they actually ruled that or not.
It changes on the inbound.
All right, that's okay. Taylor guarded closely, Sylvia Shepard. Taylor penetrates at the top of the key and then kicks it back out. Bruins with a 1-point lead and the ball. Mayoshi Stiff, guarded closely by Anissa Jones, who single-handedly has brought the Crabbers back in this game. Christy Taylor drives around Sylvia Shepard. Pass almost picked off.
That was the kind of pass that was picked off last time, Tim.
Nissa Jones, who's relatively tall to the rest of these girls, has good reach too. Inside of 2 minutes now, minute 40. Christy Taylor drives the lane, feeds it off to Clement Pope. She'll kick it back out. Bruins lead by a point.
And they're just content to run this ball game out. They got the lead. If they can control it, pretty soon the Lady Crabbers are going to... Oh, excellent job by Christy. Just did a beautiful job when the lane opened up to Silver.
And she steals the pass. I told you I like the way she plays.
Yes, sir, Jim. You picked the right one. We had to pick a most valuable. She would be the one tonight.
Got 10 points unofficially now. But her defensive effort and her all-around hustle is the difference in this ballgame. Inside of a minute, 49 seconds, 3-point Bruin lead. Gives to Miyoshi Stiff, and she is fouled by Sylvia Shepard.
That's not a bad play for the Lady Crabbers. They got to do something. And number 31 for the Bruins has not been very productive at the foul line, Tim. She has missed a lot. Miyoshi Stiff has missed a lot of shots at the foul line. So that probably wasn't a bad play. Unless, of course, she converts to 1-1, then you say, well, but you had to foul. You got to get the ball. You got to get the ball back somehow. Hopefully, you get the ball back, go down and score, and then put your own press on.
The play works for the Lady Crabbers. They got it back. They trail by 3. They've got a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Ball thrown just a little too long, and the Bruins come up with it. Good movement on the floor. Crowd really getting into this game now.
Oh, they really are. They got to foul. They got to come out and foul somebody.
Christy Taylor just trying to play keep away.
Uh-oh. Tim, that was an intentional foul. You see the official cross his arms. Means a 2-shot foul, plus they get the ball out of bounds. So that's not the kind of foul that you want. You want a foul going towards the ball, trying to steal the ball, but not an intentional foul, because that gives the Bruins 2 shots plus the possession. 6 seconds ago, Tim, this is pretty well wrapped up. The Bruins could win it.
Well, they got desperate. There were a couple of occasions when fouls could have been called before that.
Absolutely, but you got to really make it a foul, but not look like an intentional one.
Taylor can ice the game here with at least one of these. They lead by 3. And
Jim, not only that, the Bruins will get the ball back.
Yeah. Of course, you know, you still have the opportunity in girls and boys, 3-point play.
But they have to get the ball back to do that, and they probably have to foul to get the ball back.
And that should just about do it, as it's now a 4-point ball game, and the Bruins have it. Now the Crabbers, I believe, are calling timeout.
They got to do something. What they're going to try to do here, Tim, they're going to try to cause Bethel to have a turnover without any time off the clock. A 5-second call, not getting the ball in bounds in time. Something like that, which means that they'll get the ball, got to go down, shoot real quick, hope to score, because they're going to have 2 possessions anyway. And call timeout again real quick, and then try to repeat the process.
Bethel cheerleaders going through their gyrations here at Bethel Gymnasium, the Bruins Den. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Womble. I see A.G. over on the far side there still talking with Bolin Shoop. And I see he's got Killer Kozlowski with him, too.
Killer Kozlowski, yeah. I didn't say that. You said that.
Dennis Kozlowski, of course, the successful coach for the Bruins football team.
Well,
and I understand he's Dean of Boys, athletic director, and cleans the gym up on alternate Saturdays, right?
He helps with the track, the indoor and outdoor track. You name it, Kyle stays right busy.
Inbounds pass, controlled, and foul, no, jump ball. And the arrow of possession belongs to the Lady Crabbers. Of course, they trail by 4. So the Bruins, with just 3 seconds left, all they have to do basically is just back away and let the Crabbers take the 3 seconds, go down and go out. as sure as I say that, they chose to defend the inbounds pass.
Well,
Andrew
they're
Smith.
going to contest everything, which is not a bad idea as long as they don't foul, because there's only 2 seconds left to go in the game.
And that is your ball game.
Give that Bruins the score. That's the end of the game. And it was an exciting game here at the Bethel Bruins Gymnasium.
It certainly was, as the Lady Bruins up their record now. They're above 500 overall. They're 7-6. And the Lady Crabbers, 2 tough consecutive games as they were defeated soundly by the Phantoms Tuesday night. And they see their record overall fall to 3-9 in the district. And that's going to be your ball game, 32-28. Recap very quickly. I think AG is looking for someone to interview. So we'll kind of...
I'm looking for AG.
He's right across the way here. I think he's trying to catch someone to talk to. Poor man is in the way of the guy trying to clean up the floor. He's about to get run over, AG is. I think he's going to, I believe he's going to have a chance to talk to Coach Pope and Christy Taylor. And I see him. I don't know if our camera's picked him up yet. He's over to the left-hand side down at the far end of the court.
Right,
and we're going to switch now to A.G. Womble. He's got Coach Pope.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Your thoughts on this big win?
Boy, it was a good one. It was a good one because we had a lot of young players out there. And we had not played together as much as we have been doing the season, but they did a real great job.
All right, Jameen Pope, congratulations. Big win. It got close there at the end. What were your thoughts then?
Yes, it did get close, but I knew that our reserves and us, we could pull it together, and our defense always wins games. That's what our coach tells us. Defense wins games.
Great game. All right, now we got an injured Bruin here. Don Parker, I'm sorry. You going to be back for the season's over?
Yeah, I should be back next Friday. I fractured my tailbone Tuesday night in the basketball game we played against Denver.
Okay, what you think about tonight's game?
They played good. They played good because everybody thinking they couldn't win without me, but they did it anyway. They proved to it and they stayed together.
All right, Christian Taylor, great game. Had a key steal and a key layup there at the end of the game. Tell us about those 2 key plays.
Well, I just hustled, tried to play my best defense, and they left me open, and I took it.
How far can this team go?
As far as we want.
Okay, good luck to you. Thanks a lot. All right, Tim and Bob.
All right, AG, thank you very much for those excellent interviews. And she talked to the girl who you and I both felt was most instrumental in the success for the Bethel Bruins. Christy Taylor, good job.
That's the one that he should have interviewed, and I'm glad he did. He got a hold of her because she did. She said the reason she played as well as she did was because of her defense and their hustle.
All right, there you see it. The final score, the Bethel Bruins victorious 32, the Lady Crabbers 28. For Bob Hintz, A.G. Womble, our entire crew from Bethel Bruins Den. Thanks for watching. Hope you join us next time for high school basketball. Good evening, everybody.
The following has been a Channel 29 special sports presentation.
Congratulations on a big game. Your thoughts on tonight? I think you had over 20.